Are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am. Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, a lot of people have asked us over the past several years, like, how many trumpets do you actually own?
Yeah, that's a question I get a lot too, and my answer is always the same: is not as many as some other people. I have a team of about 4 trumpets that almost every professional trumpet player has in their arsenal. I have my B flat and C trumpets, which are the bigger ones that I use the most often. But then I also have a couple of higher pitched trumpets, like my piccolo, which is an octave higher than the B flat trumpet, and also have my E flat trumpet. Both of those are small, but both of them I actually use quite a lot in our Duvois concerts. I also have 2 instruments that were purchased 100% through the supporters of Duvois. First is a natural trumpet, or one without any valves, which I actually built myself through a program at Indiana University. And the second is a beautiful flugelhorn that I play all the time in our Duvois concerts. For fun, I also have a plastic trumpet and a melodica, which is not, melodica is not really a trumpet, but I play that a lot as well. Okay, so here's one for you. Of all the organs in the world that you have played in your career, which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, there's so many fabulous organs around the world. That's a hard one. So, I would say the first one that comes to my mind is the organ at Plymouth Church in downtown Seattle. Perhaps the best way to describe this instrument is that the action of the keys and their connection with all the beautiful sounds or the pipes would be like driving a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. It's in a modern space, but the 5-second plus acoustics make you feel like you're performing in a French cathedral. And if you'd like to hear more of this instrument, our last recording, Voce, was made on this organ.
Okay, great. I have another one, somewhat related. What are some of your favorite composers of organ music?
With most organists, I have to say J.S. Bach. Some obvious answer. And then I love some of the French composers, such as Vierne, Widor, and Duruflé.
Yeah, I love those too. I mean, Bach is kind of like the godfather of us all, it seems. Well, here's a question from Emily in Wilmington, who asks, what is our favorite piece to perform? You can go first.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Well, I would say a couple of the pieces that we perform that I could play countless times and never get tired of. Is an arrangement of Gabriel's Oboe for organ and trumpet, and our piano trumpet arrangement of Send in the Clowns. For a short organ solo, I would say the Toccata in B minor by Gigue, and for a longer organ piece, perhaps the Duruflé suite.
Oh yeah, I love those too. Duruflé has got to be one of my favorite organ composers. Well, my favorite piece that we play is a transcription of an aria called Una furtiva lagrima, which means a furtive tear. It's from the Elixir of Love by Donizetti. It's an opera. And I just love the way some organs can create these string section sounds and also have a solo bassoon part as well, for like the original score has. It's also one of the few pieces that we do that I can show off the smooth sound of the flugelhorn and also the flugelhorn's low register. Okay, great. The next one is from Josh in Chattanooga, who asks, who can beat who in a fight? Okay, I think that's from my twin brother.
Right.
Sorry, I'm going to move on.
Right.
Here's a real one. Dave from Charlotte asks, what's something about us that not many people know?
Well, perhaps many people don't know that I was born in Minnesota, where I was raised Lutheran. Lutheran is like the state church of Minnesota. It's hard to be born there without being Lutheran. Another fun fact is that there's a town in Norway with my last name, Distad, where some distant relatives still live.
Oh, that's really cool. Something that people may not know about me is, as I alluded to a second ago, I do have a twin brother who lives in Tennessee. Another thing that people might not know is that I'm a huge sports fan. I really love watching pro football and pro basketball, but I especially love college football. You know, I grew up in Alabama, where college football is king, and especially is king where I went to college at the University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Our next question is something that we've been asked many times throughout the last couple of years. So, and that question is, what has it been like to perform during the pandemic?
Yeah, that's been tough, tough for sure. I mean, tough for a lot of us. But some of the things that we did to keep things going included hosting a series of what we called happy hour hangouts, which were live streamed concerts totally from here, from Stephen's house, that featured jazz standards, new pieces we were working on, and maybe the occasional beer. It was a really fun time, and we did the best we could with what we had. We also did a few socially distanced outdoor concerts in surrounding neighborhoods, and also contributed to St. Luke's United Methodist series of virtual concerts for their 75th anniversary.
We were also able to do one out-of-town concert during the pandemic. It was in February of 2021, and we played at a church in Palm Springs, California. And it was quite the eventful trip because the day of our performance, in the middle of the day, there was a sandstorm, which rarely ever happens, they say. And our return flights were canceled due to the big freeze that shut down much of Houston. So we're delayed there for several more days in California. So many of you probably remember that ice storm here in Houston.
Another question that we both get a lot virtually after almost every concert is, how do we meet, or how did Duvois start?
Oh, yeah, that almost every single concert and in between concerts. So, well, I have to say it goes back to December 2013 when I received an email from Justin asking if he could play during the Sunday morning worship services. And then 2 months later, I was flying back from a solo organ concert in Pennsylvania and had this idea to form an organ trumpet duo. So after playing decades of solo organ concerts, I was ready for a change. I always loved organ trumpet since I was in high school. So after returning from Pennsylvania, we got together for lunch soon thereafter, and lo and behold, Justin had the same idea as well.
Yeah, as a brand new master's or graduate student at the University of Houston, I was looking for any and all opportunities to play as much as possible. And I'd recently seen a trumpet and organ duo in concert and was just fascinated by the possibilities between the two instruments. We had our first official concert as Duvois several months later in that summer. Okay, Stephen, so I think we're going to finish this off with a rapid fire round. I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and
Okay.
we'll ask each other 10 questions back to back, and your answers must be 3 words or less. Are you ready?
That's hard for me to do. I'm a little stressed, but let's do it.
Okay, don't worry, it will only be mildly painful. The first question is, what's your favorite pre-concert food?
I would say chicken and veggies.
Chicken and veggies, how clean and healthy of you. Next question would be, what is your prized possession?
Obviously, grand piano.
Conveniently located in the center of our setup here. Great, so city that you would like to visit, somewhere you haven't been before that you would like to?
Perhaps Tokyo.
Tokyo,
Yeah.
Very cool. It's a cool city. I've heard. I've never been either. After the concert, Italian or Tex-Mex? Post-concert meal after the concert, are you going to Italian or Tex-Mex?
See, Tex-Mex.
Of course, Tex-Mex. We're in Houston, the Mecca. Are you a coffee or tea person?
Coffee.
Coffee for sure. Apple or Microsoft?
Apple.
Apple's great. If you had a weekend in either New York or Los Angeles, which one would you pick?
Let's say New York.
New York, great answer. If you're drinking a martini, will it be made of gin or vodka?
Gin.
Gin, very quick on that answer.
Yes.
As noticed. And then if you have an evening at home in your lovely house, chilling at home, what are you listening to?
Probably Sinatra.
Sinatra, who doesn't like Frank? Okay, last rapid fire question. Which of your children is your favorite?
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble on that one.
Kidding.
I gotta
Just kidding. Just
we
kidding.
won't go
We
there.
don't have to go there. We don't have to go there.
So I have some questions for you as well.
Oh, dear.
Series of 10 questions. So you
Let's
ready?
get this over with.
Let's do it. Okay. So what makes you laugh the most?
My brother.
Okay. All right. His twin brother. Favorite part of the day?
I love sunset. Sunsets are great.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Your favorite color?
I would say dark blue, even though I'm not wearing it. Dark blue.
Okay. Would you vacation in warm or cold weather?
Warm, for sure.
Okay. Warm, warm, warm. I'm with you. What would you consider the proudest moment of your life so far?
I think recently getting my doctorate.
I agree. It's well deserved. So, and what is your go-to post-concert beverage?
I like dirty gin martinis.
Okay.
Yeah. they're good.
Yes. So, and what is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Well, I recently went hang gliding, so that was really fun. And so I would go with that.
Saw pictures of that, looked amazing. And what's your favorite song by any artist?
I have too many favorites. Can't pick.
Okay.
Too many favorites.
Okay. Two more. All right. So, dog or cat person?
Dog, for sure. Dog, dog, dog.
Obvious. All right. And then what are 3 words that describe yourself?
Say, bring more tacos.
Oh, okay. Making me hungry.
Yes.